The roll-up is a difficult Pilates exercise that takes quite some time to build the strength and the muscles that you need to coordinate the movement of your spine. So let's talk about the frustrating parts of it and then see what we can work on. Starting out, I'm sitting on the mat with my knees bent, and I'm going to ask for you to put your legs together. And we're going to practice a half roll down. This is the first exercise that you learn when you're learning the roll up, and it's the way that you start to connect and find the muscles that you're going to need to get back up. So holding onto the back of your legs, take a big inhale and lift up as tall as you can, sit as straight as you can, and then start to drop your tailbone, curl your tailbone between your legs and round back. And as you're rounding back, let your eyes drop down and look at your abdominals and try and scoop them down. So you can even poke yourself in the belly. I want your stomach to scoop down towards your spine and your arms to lengthen. Once your arms are long, you're nice in a curve like a letter C, curl back up and scoop that out even more. And as you near the top, lift up again, nice and tall. Now, some of you might have trouble as you round back. Your back might be tight or your legs might be tight, and you'll start to find that your feet come off the floor. And if that's the case, you can remedy that situation. I'm on a professional Pilates mat, and Joe added a strap to the mat, so just for this purpose, so that you would have that strap to hook your feet under and hold you in place. Now, if you're at home or if you're somewhere that you don't have a strap, that's fine. You can use some furniture, or you can find a way to hook your feet so you'll have the help of that strap or that something that you're holding on to hold you in place. Lift up tall, and then from here, scoop your abdominals and start to curl back so your arms lengthen. Try and get a curve in your lower back so you're scooping and C-curving your low back. Hold when your arms are long and curl back up. And you'll feel when you pull on that strap that you have a little assistance to help you out. Okay, and then we're going to go a little further. So lift up tall, and as you curl back, you'll find that if you've been frustrated by an exercise like roll up for many years, or you've been practicing it forever and it doesn't seem to change, that using the strap is really going to change your body and get you through that hard position that you've been struggling with. Hold for a moment when your arms are long there, and then try to curl down all the way to the mat with control, one vertebra at a time, and release your head. Now, I have my knees just slightly bent so I can pull on that strap. They're not really deeply bent, and that's probably a good idea. Try not to be too close to your heels, so don't scooch way into your feet. Be a little bit further out. I'm going to really use the strap to come back up. Arms go up. Take a big inhale, and as you exhale, lift your head. Try and imprint your upper back on the mat, your rib cage, and reaching towards your legs, see if you can come up without grabbing on. If you need to grab on, go right ahead. Pull on the strap, squeeze your bottom, scoop your belly, curl all the way up, and lift up nice and tall. And then we're going to go back down the same way. Breathe in and breathe out. Just keep reaching towards your toes, and as you curl back and make that C curve, squeeze your bottom, squeeze your inner thighs together. Keep the feet engaged so you're pulling whatever you've got a hold of, and then finally lower your head down. I'm going to add on to that movement with your arms. Keep your ribs imprinted on the mat as if you have a vest and it's pulling your ribs together and that button is tight. And reach your arms out without letting the vest open up, without breaking the buttons of your vest. Your arms may not reach the floor. They might just be hovering off the floor so that your ribs stay imprinted. Inhale, arms lift up, head lifts up. And now on the effort, on the difficult part, exhale and scoop and curl all the way up. And sit up nice and tall. And we'll go back down one more time. Reach your arms out. Let your head relax. Scoop your belly backwards and curl one vertebra at a time down into the mat. And release your head and reach your arms back. Try not to let your ribs come off the mat. Ribs are pulled in, arms come up, and let them go. All right, we're going to do it now with our legs fully straight. So I'm going to talk about the strap one more time just because it's a really important thing. If you've had trouble with this exercise, the strap is really going to help you. And I know that it might be frustrating if you don't have this type of a mat or a strap to hook your feet under, but again, if you use something like a couch or something to hold your feet in place, it can really help you figure out what muscles you haven't been using so that you can start to access them. Joe used the strap with everyone. Even if you were at the most advanced level, you always used the strap. It wasn't something a beginner used and then you started leaving out because it teaches your whole body to work together. Lift your arms up. Try and keep your back long and your spine imprinted on the mat. And then as you reach back, don't let your ribs stick out. Everything is stretched long. Take a big inhale. Lift your arms. Lift your head. Reach towards your toes. Pull on the strap. Squeeze your bottom and curl one vertebra at a time off the mat. As you exhale forward, try not to let that strap loosen. Try not to let your feet relax. Reach only as far as you can keep that nice and tight. Exhale any more air. And then inhale, start to round back again. Squeeze your bottom. Curl down lower back, middle back, upper back. Release your head. Reach your arms back without sticking your ribs out. And we go again. Inhale, arms come up. Head up. Roll up. Squeezing, scooping. Hollow out your abdominals. Keep pulling your navel backwards as you reach forwards. And round back. And curl all the way down, squeezing and scooping, and return. And one more thing to think of. Inhale, roll yourself up. If you're very tight, you might need to bend your knees, scoop in. But if you're very loose, as you round forward, I want you to really think about pulling your navel back and lengthening your spine as opposed to letting your hips fold over. If you let your hips fold, it'll look like this. You'll be able to lay down your face into your knees, and I don't want that. That's something that you would practice, say, in a yoga practice. And we're doing something completely different. We're stretching the spine, and you're creating that C curve and that curl instead. So as you curl back down, roll one vertebra at a time back into the mat, squeeze your bottom, and release. And that's the roll up.